Howdy folks, Gelatinous Rube here. It's time to return to our weekly updates and previews where I give you folks an update on what's going on with the channel and give you a snippet from our next upcoming video. I think I've been lax on these as of late, but because I've been focusing more on the live streams, and we will be having a live stream tonight at roughly 7 CST. We'll be focusing in on a few discussions of magic, a few readings of some interesting Substack articles that I've recently come across, and maybe have a discussion on some Twitter drama that always seems to creep its way in. But these weekly updates and previews were a fantastic way to keep you folks in the loop and keep me on a regular schedule, which has faltered a little bit now that I was out of a job for about 2 months, and now I'm back into a job. I've been getting settled there, but you folks will be happy to know that I have a 3-year content plan that goes into effect starting actually not July 1st. Technically it's July 2nd, but July 2nd is where we begin the How to Run a Grand Campaign playlist. It's going to teach you folks all the intricacies of running a Brownstein, figuring out the objections you might run into when arguing with folks online, and why you really shouldn't waste your time with them, logistical concerns as to managing multiple DMs and managing multiple independent parties, or open tables, which are, believe it or not, 2 separate things, defining a term. It's going to be a lot of fun, but our next video actually has precious little to do with any of that. It is another 5e retrospective about a monster, one of my favorites in terms of aesthetics, look, description, called the Ettercap. I better not spoil why I'm deciding to focus on the Ettercap, but there is a reason, so I might as well get to the preview. The Ettercap is a bulbous, portly spider monster with a roughly humanoid shape going all the way back to 1st edition. They are smooth, disgusting critters which eat, sleep, and defecate whenever it's not spinning webs or murdering its prey. They also keep spiders and sometimes scorpions as pets. They're interesting creatures. See, the Ettercap's description spends an awful lot of time detailing just how disgusting this creature is, how it befouls the land around it, calls it sylvan despoilers. Creeks are engrossed with sewage and rot, trees choke and die, and whatever Fae stewards live in the area are consumed if they don't flee. They're half-eaten corpses left to litter and spoil the land they once tended to. These creatures are the rot consumes personified. Ettercaps are relatively simple to run in combat. They have a web for restraining creatures, which has to be recharged after each use on the die roll of 5 or 6. They have a boring claw attack, universal to all 5th edition monsters, and have a bite attack with a very low chance to poison you, but it can deal some hefty damage if it succeeds. There's also a variant of the Ettercap, I don't know why it exists, but which carries a Garret. The Garret requires the Ettercap to have advantage on the attack roll to use, and on a successful hit grapples and suffocates the target, which I think is pretty cool. There's not a lot of 5th edition monsters that actually interact with the suffocation rules. In fact, I can only think of 2 off the top of my head. One of them is the Ettercap, the other is the Shambling Mound, which forces you to stop breathing, obviously, once it absorbs you into its body. But there's more to these creatures, according to the description at least. See, the place where Ettercaps live is inherently dangerous. Ettercaps build traps, they warp the environment to some extent, they destroy trees. To my knowledge, they dig burrows, or at the very least could have some of their giant spider pets do it for them. Trapdoors, pits, webs, tripline. These are all well within the Ettercap's supposed portfolio according to the description, but where are they? The Ettercap is supposed to flee whenever it doesn't have a good shot of actually attacking the 5th edition PCs, but all of the things that are supposed to give it some sort of tactical advantage aside from stealth and its ability to climb on walls and ceilings are typically not present in the 5th edition combat encounters. In fact, there's a mechanic in 5th edition that we actually use to express these kinds of environmental hazards that are, to some degree, unique to, or at the very least caused by, the creature in question. The mechanic is called layers.